6 most powerful countries in history. 6. Spain. The Spanish Empire is all but forgotten today. Yet it was one of the first global empires. At its peak in the early 19th century, it covered 5.3 million square miles. It was nicknamed the empire on which the sun never sets. Spain ushered in the age of discovery. It conquered vast territories in the Americas. It controlled huge swaths of Africa. The Spanish also colonized plenty of Asian and Oceanian islands. The empire spread Catholicism across the world. Technically, the Spanish Empire existed until 1976. Its last colonial foothold was Spanish Sahara. 5. The Umayyad Caliphate. The Umayyad Caliphate did for Islam what Spain did for Catholicism. It was the second of the 4 great Islamic caliphates. The Umayyad dynasty ruled from Damascus. The caliphate conquered North Africa and the Iberian Peninsula. It ruled parts of India and Central Asia. Despite its brief 89-year existence, it changed the world forever. 4. China. China reached its peak under the Qing dynasty. This was the last imperial dynasty in Chinese history, but it ruled for 268 years before being overthrown in 1911. Imperial China was at its most powerful in the late 1700s. This golden age saw China's population double in less than 100 years. The empire controlled much of Asia, but not through conquest. Instead, Qing China thrived on international trade. It was one of the most successful commercial states ever. 3. Russia. The Russian Empire was the final period of the Russian monarchy, but it was also the most successful. The empire was proclaimed by Peter the Great in 1721. As the neighboring states declined, Russia's power grew. Peter established a new capital in St. Petersburg. This greatly aided his plans for a westward expansion. Catherine II further expanded the colonies. Russia established the Holy Alliance with Austria and Prussia in 1815. It was supposed to prevent the spread of liberalism and secularism. The empire fell after the 1917 Bolshevik Revolution. 2. Mongolia. The Mongol Empire was the largest contiguous empire ever. Originating in modern-day Mongolia, it expanded rapidly. At its peak, it stretched from Eastern Europe to the Sea of Japan. The famous warlord, Genghis Khan, built a formidable nomadic army. The vast empire connected remote parts of the world. This facilitated the flow of goods and knowledge. In the end, the Mongols couldn't hold the empire together. It split into smaller factions that warred with each other. The Chinese conquered the Mongol capital in 1368. 1. Britain. Britain was the largest country in history. It was also the world's last empire. At its peak, Britain ruled 23% of the world's population. Its legacy is still apparent in everything, from language to laws. The British lost their largest colonies in America in the 1700s, so they expanded to Asia, Africa, and the Pacific. The British conquest of these lands was quite brutal, but they also helped establish functioning democracies. In the 19th century, Britain became an unrivaled superpower. It amassed huge wealth by controlling overseas trade, but World War I put a serious strain on its resources. After World War II, the empire disintegrated. It officially ended in 1997 after ceding Hong Kong to China.